welcome back. Today I've got the plan with me for the week of May 16th through the 22nd, and I fully did this spread on the wrong week, so we're just gonna ignore that. But this is the Sunnyside Up kit from Caress Press, and I used a black foil bundle from SPC, and then the checker underlays and washi overlays from Plannahannah in black. Long story short, this was supposed to be Michelle's and my birthday weekend, even though our birthdays are in June, because we wanted to go to the Marvel exhibit at COSI, but then she was potentially exposed to COVID the day before, so it ended up just being our other best friend, Sarah, and me. But then we didn't want to do any of the activities we had planned without Michelle because we didn't want to be rude. So we just kind of freestyled, and it was very chill, but also very chaotic at the same time. But yeah, it was a fun week. So anyway, I'm going to answer some questions that y'all asked on IG for the rest of the base, but I got more than I was expecting, so I may have to finish in another plan with me. Okay, so Summer from Summer Packet Plans asked, any fun plans for the summer and favorite place you've ever visited and why? Sadly, I'm not doing anything exciting this summer. First of all, I'm still not super comfortable traveling yet, and second of all, it's a World Cup year, so I had to use all of my remaining PTO for that. As far as my favorite place I've ever traveled, I haven't really been to that many places. I've really only been to France, Canada, London, and a few states, and also accidentally Switzerland one time, but that doesn't really count. My favorite trip, though, was the last big one we did right after I graduated college. My dad and I went on a one last hurrah trip and spent 5 weeks in Paris, London, and Alsace, where his mom lives. And it was just a really fun trip. We did so much cool shit, and I'll forever be grateful that I got to have that experience with my dad. So, next question is from Ashley Tries to Plan, and she asked, why are you so good at fun foils and funderlays? Well, first of all, thank you. Second of all, I think the honest answer is that I'm just a very dramatic and extra human being, and if the options are go big or go home, I'm going big every single time. And also, I'm a very creative person, so I just really enjoy the creative process of pairing kits and foil. And also, I have ADHD, so my dumb ass will hyper focus until I find the perfect pairing. And then she also asked Barca or Real Madrid. Psh, girl, you tell me. I don't think you realize how loaded of a question this is. Like, I don't really follow La Liga, so I don't know enough about either, but like, I have beef with Real Madrid, but like, Benzema is just so fucking good. Like, I have to respect it. And like, I want to start following other leagues, but it's like very hard to arbitrarily pick a soccer team to ride or die support for the rest of your life that you don't have a geographical or pre existing connection to. Like, obviously, I ride or die for the Crew because I live in Columbus, and just everything with Save the Crew, like, there's just no shot that I'm not Columbus till I die. And I support PSG because that's my dad's hometown team. But like, other leagues, oof, all bets are off. All I know for sure is that Arsenal is fully out because that's my ex's team, and no. But like, do I go City because they have the best colors, or do I go Liverpool because I get misty eyed every time at You'll Never Walk Alone? Do I go Bayern because they have the cleanest logo? Do I go Dortmund so I don't have to change my entire black and yellow aesthetic? Do I go for an underdog? I don't know. Probably not, though, because I know I would not be able to emotionally handle the risk of relegation. These are the things that keep me up at night. I'm sorry, that was so long and off topic, but even though there's beef, I'm just going to arbitrarily say Real Madrid because of Benzema, and also their logo is way cuter than Barca's. Okay, so she also asked, what's something you bought because the community enabled it? Psh, listen, literally everything. Like, I know I'm a bad influence on y'all, but y'all are just as bad of an influence on me. And then she also asked, favorite season to plan? Well, okay. I enjoy planning most seasons. The only one that I actively dislike is fall. Fall colors and art are just generally not my thing. I don't really love a lot of spring art either, but I like the colors way more than fall colors. But I feel like my spreads thrive in summer and during spooky season and then during the holidays. Okay, I think that's all I have time for. So I'm going to hop into the day by day and then I'll finish the rest in another plan with me. So thank you so much for the questions, y'all. I definitely do appreciate it. Okay, so on Monday, I worked and did my account follow ups. It was a very chaotic work day. I took like 60 calls, which is actually on the lower end now. Things have drastically changed with my team over the past few months, and we went from taking like 20 calls a day to like 80 to 90 calls a day overnight. But every single customer was just brutal that day for like no fucking reason. So I just spent the rest of the night fully decompressing. I took a bubble bath, which was really nice. I did have to do a ton of laundry though because I was axing like half of my wardrobe and it was all clean, but a lot of it has just been chilling in my closet for a while. So I just wanted it to be fresh before I donated it. And then I watched more of The Last Kingdom, and Soda Pop was incredibly cuddly that night. Like, she's usually pretty cuddly, but she was just glued to me that night. So I put that in too. And then Tuesday, I put in work and account follow ups again, the usual. And then after work, I did a full YouTube binge and watched more of The Last Kingdom because Uhtred is the actual love of my life. But then also, I was just having the absolute worst insomnia and anxiety and panic attacks like all night. I tried with everything inside of me to go to sleep for so long, but it was just not in the cards for me that night. And I didn't fall asleep until like fucking 10 a.m. So, absolutely love that for me. But then I absolutely did not trust myself to wake up in time for work on Wednesday. So I ended up just preemptively calling off so that in case I didn't wake up, I would be covered. I did end up waking up in time though, but also it was good that I called off because I really just needed the mental health day. And also, I'm not trying to deal with people on 3 hours of sleep. So, anyway, I got Starbucks immediately because I was fully dead. And then I wrapped up my decluttering and did some cleaning. And then I filmed a shit ton of bases and played with stickers all night. And then I watched some Righteous Gemstones, which I marked with a church icon because I think I'm funny. So Thursday, I took PTO because I had a lot of shit I needed to do before Sarah got here. So I did all of my donations, and then I had college hunks hauling junk come get a bunch of furniture and stuff that we were getting rid of because, like, I drive a Camry. Like, I'm not hauling shit anywhere, right? So they charge by how much of the truck your shit is going to take up. So it ended up being like $400, which, like, fine, I get it. whatever. But prior to them coming, we put everything in the front living room so it would just be super easy for them. But they were in and out in like under 10 minutes. So it was a little annoying that it was that expensive, but like also it was nice for all of it to be gone and for us to not have to deal with it anymore. And then after that, I did like a full deep clean and I took a COVID test. I don't really do anything, obviously, so there was no reason to think that I had it, but we just kind of have an understanding that we are going to test before our bestie weekends for the foreseeable future. And then I picked up our groceries and then spent the rest of the night filming, probably more bases. I don't really remember. And then Friday, I had the first interview for an internal position I was applying for. I obviously didn't get it, which is annoying because of how qualified I was for it. Like, I have imposter syndrome about literally everything. So the fact that I actually do think that I was qualified for it says a lot. So that's annoying, but that's a different story for a different day. Then after that, Sarah got here and we went to Blick and got belligerent because us in an art supply store is just not good for our wallets. So after that, there's a Bippy Bop right next to Blick, and Sarah had never had it before, so I got her on board with that. And then we went to Starbucks and we did Half Price Books and Target too. And then obviously we decided we needed soft pretzels. So we went to Sonic and then just played board games for the rest of the night. Okay, so Saturday was just the most chaotic. We scheduled all of our activities around the crew match, which was supposed to start at like 3. So we went to the Bucks and then we went back to Blick because I got this mad expensive marker set the day before. And when I got home, one of the nibs was missing. So I exchanged it, which I'm super proud of myself for doing because like exchanges and returns just cause me so much anxiety. So I usually just don't do them and take my L. But like this set of markers was too expensive to take the L on. So baby steps, I guess. But then while we were there, we obviously got wild again. I don't even want to know how much I spent at Blick that weekend because, spoiler alert, we went back for round 3 on Sunday. And then we picked up our Mod pizza because, as I've said a million times before, Mod is some of my favorite match day food. And we got home with like 10 minutes to spare before the match. We're setting up the TV, we're getting our food ready, and then this shit gets weather delayed because it just started monsooning with a reckless abandon. So, like, 6 o'clock rolls around. We have to leave for this Dreamscape thing. Match is still weather delayed at this point. Sidebar, the AMC Dreamscape is this sick VAR. No, not VAR. That's a soccer thing, Domi. It's this sick VR fully immersive experience, and it was so much fun. We obviously did the Alien Zoo one because, like, duh. It's in the most random cities though. Like, I think it's only in like Columbus, LA, Dallas, and like Dubai. So very random cities, but if it's near you, definitely check it out. So we were in the Dreamscape lobby. The match is finally going. I'm watching on my phone until we get called up. This shit gets weather delayed again. 2 minutes and 30 seconds in because of lightning. So we did the Dreamscape. We got Auntie Anne's on the way out since it was there. And then we got dinner at this hot dog place called Weenie Wonder, which LOL. But it was actually really good though. And so halftime was starting as we were leaving Weenie Wonder. So this shit was so weather delayed that we did all of that and still got to see the entire second half when we got back to my house. So, like, a 6 hour weather delay just to lose to LAFC, which is kind of funny, but like also rude. And then we played more games, obviously. And then Sunday was a Crew 2 match. It was supposed to be a double header after the Crew match Saturday, but that obviously did not go to plan. Obviously, Crew 2 won because that's what they do. They win and they win big. And then we went back to half price because Sarah needed to do an exchange. And then our dumbasses got wild at Blick again. And then we went to Starbucks and we got Bubba for lunch and then Moe's for dinner because we wanted to do a burrito taste test comparison. But then also we couldn't tell which one we liked better. I think I'm leaning Bubba personally, but I don't know. They were both pretty decent. Then we played more games and got Rita's to cap the night off. They have a thing that's like a custard layered with Italian ice. So I got vanilla custard and root beer Italian ice. So it would be like a glorified root beer float. And let me tell you, it was so freaking good. Anyway, so that was my week. I'm obsessed with this spread. I hope y'all like it too. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you later. See ya.